All right, I think we are ready. We'll get our post-race presser underway. Yep, okay, got a thumbs up. I'll get it started, and we'll open it up for some questions. Just to preface so everybody knows, Hayden Deegan not up here with us, a little under the weather. Dad Brian Deegan let us know, hey, man, we're going to get him out of here, so that is where Hayden Deegan is at. Jalek Swoll, man, first I'm going to start with you. Sensational ride and a historical day. I love what you said on the podium. I had a few at Supercross that kind of got away from me, those podiums. Today you made it happen on the OA. Big day for you, big day for Triumph.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I feel like I've been on the other end of, things not working out for me. And obviously I want to get on the box straight up and not just, because somebody went down. Obviously it sucks for, Joe. But, no, I've been on that end of the stick a few times, and to come out here and put two good results together and get on the box, it's awesome, and it means a lot for Triumph too, obviously, with them first year brand, and to be the first guy in US to get a podium for Triumph, it's pretty cool.
Love that, man. Levi, take it to you, man. We go into Washougal home, right? Obviously some high expectations, maybe not for yourself, but from the outside in, and that race didn't really go the way you wanted it to. And we had the break. So you had a longer period of time to kind of sit back and think about that. It's pretty obvious you went to work. Was that a goal to come out here at Unadilla and kind of not make up for that, but really push yourself to have the kind of results that you had today?
Kind of, but almost the opposite. Like after Washougal, I took it more as like I needed a break. And I was pretty disappointed, obviously, in how it went there. So I actually took a pretty good amount of time off the bike completely, and I just needed a reset. So I just pretty much fished for like 2 weeks and golfed, and then I actually didn't really ride much at all, but that kind of recharged my batteries and made me excited to go racing again, and that's what it took.
Well, man, congratulations to you. Let's talk about the end of that first moto. Behind Deegan, it looked like you were going for it. You took a couple of shots, and then you kind of settled into it. Was the thought, hey, I'm going to make sure I come out of this with a 2-1? Was that kind of the mindset in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. I want to win every time, and I just made a mistake at the bottom of Screw You, and he passed me, and tried to make a couple swings at him, but couldn't get him. So, once we got like white flag, it went into like, all right, next moto, we'll see who gets it. So, yeah.
All right, we'll open it up for questions.
Dan Beaver, NBC Sports for Levi. The last 4 races have been a little roller coaster-y for you. The way you rode today, though, showing patience when you needed to, showing dominance when you needed to, is that going to help spur you in these last 2 races to get maximum points?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point, I'm like, the points to me, it's whatever. Hayden's got a big gap, and during the break, I kind of just kept telling myself I want to just win these last 3 and just try to solidify that, I have the speed. I just had a bit of a tough year. So, but either way, I just from here on out, I just want to try to replicate it like I did today, and that's the goal.
And then if you do even podium in the next 3 races, or the next 2 races, that gives you the momentum you need going into Super Motocross. Had such a great Supercross season. Is that the primary goal?
Yeah, Super Motocross would be great to win too, and it'd help my bank account a lot, so that would be nice.
And Jalek, finally, I've had the podium story ready to write for you for a couple of races now. Is the anticipation, did it make it more special, or like you said, you would prefer to finish podium in both motos to get here?
For me, I've said it a few times, but for me, I felt like I should have had at least a couple podiums in Supercross. So I would have rather had, Birmingham and Philly. But man, it's awesome. Especially like an outdoor podium is some hard work, and it means a lot when you can come out of here with a top 3. Like it's hard work, and it's probably twice as hard as Supercross for me. So any podium is special no matter where it's at, but to get it and finally get it out of the way, you know what I mean, and just kind of focus on just being my best self from now on forward, it'll be good, and a little bit of a weight lifted off my shoulders a little bit. I feel like I've been just like really, really wanting that first podium, but yeah, getting it out of the way and getting out of here with a good result is awesome. Like the track was pretty gnarly, and yeah, next weekend try to follow it up with another good result. So last year I finished on the box there, and I got some good memories at Budds Creek, so I'm ready to go.
Mitch Kendra, Racer X. I'll start with Jalek. Obviously, this podium and everything, you've had an up and down season. I guess, what's been the toughest thing developing the bike and just this whole learning process? What's been the toughest thing for you?
I'd say for me, it's more like just, I don't know, just shaking the bike down, really. Like we've never been to any of these places, so we don't have any data. We don't really know. We just, we can do all the laps on the practice track, but it doesn't resemble what a race day can give you or a race track can give you. So for us, we just got to show up, and obviously we have a good setup and a good bike, but you never know. So, showing up, getting the data, and just kind of, racing while learning, I guess, is the toughest part. And then obviously I had a couple technical issues in the beginning of the year when I was riding good and top 5 in points and all that kind of stuff. And it really took me a minute to kind of get that momentum back. And obviously, it comes with riding a new bike, but obviously I've been pumped with the bike. I feel like I've been fast, hit or miss here and there, but for the most part, I feel like I've been pretty consistent with the bike and my speed. And obviously next year when I get some actual, teammates to ride with and everything, I think it'll escalate the speed and endurance and all that stuff just more. So I'm really excited for next year, and I'm excited to be with the brand.
And through it all, I guess, how have you rolled with the punches and kind of stayed positive? Because it has been tough, and I'm sure there's been tough days at the track. How have you tried to remain positive and just, keep knowing that there is going to be a better result? Things are going to turn around eventually.
Well, I guess the easiest thing is I've been close a lot this year. I've found myself in a lot of positions where I could make a podium happen, and obviously, some things didn't go my way this year to get on the box earlier, but I've always been close, which has kind of just driven me all year, and just trying to clean up and just learn and elevate as a rider a little bit. So for me, it's just been kind of being consistent and staying there. And obviously, like I said earlier, like I've been close, and that's kind of been fueling the fire a little bit.
And then for Levi, I feel like you do really well in the technical, maybe rough, ruddy tracks, but you almost lack a little bit in the high-speed sections. I feel like today it was kind of a mixture of both, where there were some high-speed sections with some long ruts. I guess, how can you take this momentum and carry it into those tracks that you're not as great at, maybe come to really pushing the higher speeds?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to. I definitely prefer a track like this over, a Hangtown or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just more experience is gonna, one of these days I'm gonna figure it out. But it was the same way in Supercross. Like the more hard packed tracks I did okay at, but then the rutted ones I did really well. So I don't know. I just like the ruts, and I think it takes a lot of balance. And I'm sure everybody can agree with that. Like, I don't know. You have to ride. You have to be a lot more patient, I would say. High speed tracks, the guys who are able to just hold it wide open are pretty good. And unfortunately, I kind of lack in that department sometimes. So I don't know. Hopefully I get better at it, but definitely prefer this stuff.
And then for both of you guys, I don't know if you were both here yesterday. Did you see the track yesterday? And do you think it would turn out the way it did today? Like, just talk about the turnaround. Yesterday when we saw at like noon, it was pouring down rain. The track was pretty racy today for all the motos.
I wasn't here, obviously. I flew in Friday, so I was just kind of on Instagram surfing, looking around, and yeah, I thought it was going to be a jet ski weekend, to be honest. Like, it looked gnarly, but obviously the more and more time went by and just seeing other people walking on the track, I kind of had a feeling it was going to shape up pretty good today, but I didn't think it was going to be like how it was this morning. It was honestly pretty unreal, to be honest.
Yeah, I swung by here yesterday, and it was raining all day. And I went fishing yesterday actually too, and I had these rubber boots on, and they got filled up like 2 inches with rain. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a mudder, and then it was perfect.
All right, I think that's going to wrap things up. Levi, last thing, that you need to just start fishing every other day, brother. Like that this is where it's at. That's where the success is coming from.
Yeah, if I don't fish today, I'm pretty grumpy. You can ask my girlfriend.
That's it. Perfect. Thank you, fellas. All right, that is going to wrap things up for the 250 side. Thank you to Levi Kitchen and Jalek Swoll. Just a reminder, Hayden Deegan had to run out, a little ill under the weather. They got him out of here. So we give us one moment here, and we'll reset the deck, get our top three here out of the 450s coming up next.